everybody. My name is Sarah, and this is Pearls of Wisdom and Food with my lifestyle of having the keto way of eating. WOE, keto, whoa. And so I talk to you about what I do, what I have, as well as what I eat in a day when I do the Keto OMAD quick video right before I eat my meal between 2 and 3 in the afternoon. What I do is stick to what works for me. And so, I'm here for you as you tweak and try. And today's discussion is about the keto carnivore influencers. And I know that a lot of us are heavily susceptible to listening to somebody and saying, that's it. That's what I needed to do. I'm going to do just like he does or just like she does, and everything will be just wonderful. And, I did that too. I would listen to somebody, male, totally different than us, half my age, totally different than me, and then all the, bounce along with their little successes because of their youth, because of their whatever. And it wasn't me. It's not me. And maybe you're listening to somebody that you think is cute and perky at, 30, 35, and you go, yeah, I'm going to do what they do. I'm going to have hundreds of grams of fat, and then I'm going to have my protein, and then I'm going to have 2,500 calories of meat only, and then I'm going to eat 3 times a day, and I'm going to eat, snacks, and then I'm going to eat carbohydrates. And no, wait, this person is saying they fast for 3 days and feast for 2. I'm going to do that. And then, some guy comes on and says, I'm happy being fatter than I was. And I now have cheat days every other day and this and that. And it's like, whoa, 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 right? So to me here, my theme, my message has always been about you and Stella. Stella, getting your groove back, right? Find what works for you and stick to it. Watch the other people. Maybe there's something that you didn't know that might be a tweak, but might not be. So it's very important to know who you are and why, and really honor the integrity of what your head and your body and the scale and the plate, how it all mixes up together to make who you are in your way of eating, your way of life, your, and all the different factors. I'm 70. I'm a food addict, carb addict, sugar addict. I've done keto. I've done carnivore, and now I am back to keto with a lot of little samplings of veg. I like them. I don't know if my body's absorbing them. My labs come out okay. I still have the doctor, with the cholesterol. And it's like, pound sand. And so finding what works for you is what matters. I have done many, many tweaks in my 5 or 6 or 7 years here. Labor Day is like my anniversary of giving up sugars and grains and then beginning to use the chronometer and then weighing and measuring and all the things that I incorporate into what I do in a day. Maybe you've tried it. It doesn't work for you. Maybe you're still carnivore and it's working for you. Your lab's fit. You've lost weight. Your body is toned. Maybe you've added in exercise, intentional exercise. I do Instacart and Uber Eats, so I'm in and out of my car and delivering groceries and bending and reaching in grocery stores. So that is my form of activity, but it's not intentional exercise. I've done the rebounder, but since I fell and damaged my back, I haven't been on it. It may be in the fall or later in the fall because it's September now, I'll do more. But what I do, what I eat, what works for me, I talk about here, but it's what works for me. I don't try to be an influencer. I try to be supportive of what works just for you, and hoping that you come up with something that's specialized for you. How is your mood? How is your metabolism? How does the scale look? How do your pants fit? How are you with other people? Are you biting heads off because you're not getting enough food or nutrients? Are you missing those stupid, dumb raspberries and deny yourself one of the greatest pleasures on earth, a raspberry? Let's be real here. If you're my age, you start thinking about how many more sunsets, holidays, time on earth you have. And it's like, if I can't have that, for the rest of my life, maybe I'm missing the point, right? So let's not be crazy. Let's enjoy food for the beauty of it. When I've done a starkly restricted food plan, I've missed the other things, not cravings, not triggers, not things like that, but I've just missed them. I don't know if my body has missed pulling out nutrients of them, but I've kind of missed them. I missed the color on my Fiesta plates of the veggies and the array, yellow squash sitting next to pea pods, sitting next to asparagus with a nice, air fryer pork chop with the fat around it, kind of brown from the air fryer, and the crunch of the organic celery and cucumbers that feel like they're just hydrating my body in this little dish over here. Those are the sort of things that make me excited. I know, get a life, Sarah. Well, I've got a life, and my life is about the enjoyment of sitting down to my OMAD. One of the biggest things I did was I made a change in my coffee. I stopped drinking my calories, and I had drank my calories. Well, if I'm 70 and I started drinking coffee at 14, you get the idea. 56 years of putting stuff in my coffee. I loved blonde, hot, sweetened coffee. And then, oh my God, adding ghee or adding coconut oil or adding butter, all the more better, or any of those concoctions that companies come out with that you can put in, pumpkin flavored. Oh, yes, yes. I loved all that stuff. And so, but I was drinking my calories. And so at the end of the day, I'd have, 400 to 500 calories worth of coffee loaded with stuff. Well, yeah. And then, you add in the meal. So I think my body said, you think you're intermittent fasting with your loaded coffee, but are you really? You think you're okay having your xylitol or your erythritol or any of those combinations, the stevia, the so-and-so, but are you really clean? And Dr. Cyrus would say, black coffee and water are your bridges during the time that you're not eating. And I got to the place where I was having one meal a day. And so to have that one meal a day with only the plain water or Gersteiner water, mineral water, with the salts in it, and my black coffee became my bridges, then I started to see a difference back into keto with some veg, some carbs. And I went, oh, so my channel now is about sharing what I have in a day, not what you have in a day, not what a troll has in a day, but what I have in a day. And so you can, say snarky things to me or, agree or try it out and find that it works, or do your true confession here and it just all works. But what I'm sharing here with you is my keto lifestyle with my blessed total carbs of veg and then some fruits. Some of you have seen me have that organic peach on my double cream, good cultured cottage cheese. Well, if that isn't just absolutely wonderful, or the raspberries from my garden on that yogurt or on that cottage cheese. Wow, it's just such a treat. Or to have my little mini holy guacamole, mini cup, that 120 calories of the avocado guacamole. It's so wonderful. Now, these are things that delight me and make me excited. They might not be what you like. You might like one of those net carb roll-ups, with some smoked turkey in it, maybe some avocado, maybe some red onions, maybe some cooked asparagus, and rolled all up and then cut, and then enjoy that. You might get a lot out of your 2 mad. You might even have 3 mad. You might still put things in your coffee and it works for you. You're at the weight that you're at. You might even have a cheat or a treat and find it doesn't upset the apple cart because you've been strict and disciplined 6 days a week. I don't know. Whatever works for you. You could be younger and still in that forgiving zone, I call it, where you can have certain things that, for somebody like me, it might be game over. And game over doesn't necessarily mean the worst thing in the world. Giving up some things permanently could not be the end. It could be just, I was ready to let that go. Like for me, I'm having a pull. I do the Instacart, so I have a pull towards certain things that other people, I'm shopping for other people that I put in my cart, and it's like, wow, I remember those days. But, I do it in my head, and it's a breakfast thing, and it's like, sure, I miss it if I'm buying it, holding it in my hand, the bag or the package or the box or the container, and then I put it in the cart for the customer, and I take it on a mental, trip, and it's like, it's over and done with. I get it. I remember the taste, but I'm not, buying that and thinking that, yeah, I can go back to having breakfast. I can have that for breakfast. No. I try to separate the Sarah, the professional shopper for somebody else, to what I have in a day. Oftentimes I'll go, because it's in my chronometer, what I'm having today. Like I know what I'm having today. I'm having the pizza bowl. I'm having the cucumber and celery, which has become such a nice little addition. I'm having my little plate of asparagus and snow peas and yellow squash, and the pizza bowl with the nice melted mozzarella cheese that I kind of put in the toaster oven for that final browning, bubbling. So I can get excited about that. So when I'm shopping for somebody else, and perhaps there's a box container package of a grain that I think I might miss, I go back to remembering what I'm having at my OMAD for like in 4 hours, or I get excited about having, maybe an organic cup of Paul Newman or Peak Performance or VitaCup or something like that. And I get excited again because I do have some moments, some small pleasures in my food plan, my day, cracking open a G water with the minerals and the sea salts. Love that. So then I can get back to getting excited about what I'm having and not Fantasy Island thinking that those things didn't hurt me after decades of having them just because it's in the cart for somebody that lives over there, and they do like a plant-based kind of food plan. So it's finding, come on, Stella, find your groove, do what works for you. I do this video because it might startle you about something you're doing every day or not doing every day and going, oh, yeah, I forgot. I did that before. I did that a few years ago. I felt great. And she's doing it right now. So maybe I'll ease into it, like having it 3 times a week or something like that. I still think my salted with a 1/4 teaspoon of no salt and a squeeze of good lemon and my Himalayan salt in my 20 ounces of water, that's my kickoff every morning. And then I have a second one. I don't have the no salt again, but the salted, Himalayan salted lemon warm water. I have that again because my doctor said I wasn't getting enough fluids. Get those fluids in, she said. So I started doing that. I feel the difference. And so sometimes we hear from somebody else what they're doing, which is the reason I show you what I'm eating every day. It's the reason I talk about what I'm eating every day, drinking every day, given up for a while. entered back into my life. Don't fear the food. Somehow fit it in. If you're aware and a measure and a chronometer and paying attention to your total carbs, not net carbs, and every bite that you're having has something in it for you. It's fresh, it's produce, it's meat, it's organic, or grass-fed, but it's good for you. It's not a package of something that says keto friendly all over it, and it's just a bunch of keto garbage, because there's keto junk food too. Be aware of that. So just, I try to startle you into thinking about something that you're having that you think is the secret be-all, end-all to what you're having, but your weight is stalled and plateaued for the last 8 months, and you want to move out of it. For me, calories in, calories out. I'm 70. My metabolism is not peak anymore, so it's like I need to pay attention to those things. You might not need to yet. You're 48. Have fun. And so that's how we do it. So I'm just here giving you my barometric readings and what habits work for me. I think the habits are more important than the foods you put in your body. I do. I think the 1 meal a day is the beginning of making a difference for me. Maybe not for you, but for me. And I know that having my water, my black coffee in between, it really has given definition not only to my body, what the scale says, but also my head. So this has been Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food, with just what works for me. Habits first. OMAD was the secret for me, or not the secret, but the deal for me. Giving my old metabolism that 24 hours of rest each and every day. What a difference it's made. I've leaned out. I like it. It makes me feel good. My energy level is still high. Otherwise, I couldn't do Instacart, right? Or Uber every day. And so it's working for me. And so I'm just here to share what works. And I love it when you share what works for you. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Goldilocks, also known as Sarah. Thanks for being here. I couldn't do this without you. Bye-bye for now.